let's see. Do we have any questions? Let's see if we got a couple questions.
So we've got from Anthony Huh, credit union versus traditional bank in this climate. Your thoughts?
Credit union versus traditional bank in this climate. Credit unions are normally a little bit more stable, you know, and so I can't speak to any particular credit union, but if you're with a credit union, here are some benefits. Credit unions are generally through employers or affinity groups, like you are a veteran of the U.S. Navy and you have the, I think it's called Navy Federal Credit Union, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And credit unions usually have much better rates on savings products like CDs and better rates on car loans, boat loans, things like that. And so I think what I've seen often is that credit unions, if you can qualify to be a member, because remember, you got to be a member of like working for this company, or maybe you're with this labor union, or you're you get out of the armed forces and you get access to USAA or whatever it is. I tend to have a very favorable view of credit unions, but do a little research on the one that you're talking about, you know, in your area. But my choices would probably be Big Four banks and credit unions. So I would have a favorable view of it.
Chase Gordon wants to know where you get those shirts, Biz Doc.
Oh, where am I getting these shirts? These shirts are part of the Biz Doc's 20-year Formula One collection. And many of them have come through, teams. I've got several from Williams, the old Williams team. New Williams team is owned by a private equity firm now, but that even have the people's name on it. So you may see me up here with a Williams shirt that says Pete or Dominic, and those came from people that actually worked at the team. And it all started when I would wear them doing case studies, because I like to reference Formula One as a foundation of the elite performance. Formula One is the top of motorsport, the top of technology, the top of strategist. And so if you're really good at what you do, and you have to be super good, you can make it all the way and work for a Formula One team. And so I also like the stories that come out of Formula One of champions, repeat winners, and the small team that steps up. 41-year-old Fernando Alonso is stepping up this year with the Aston Martin team, which is a surprise to everybody, but they've done phenomenally well the first two races. I love those stories. So I would buy some of the shirts, but then people saw me wearing them and they would send them to me. So that's where these come from. So this isn't NASCAR. We're not sponsored by Red Bull here. This is a Red Bull shirt from, I think, 4 years ago. And I rotate through them because it kind of became, as Biz Doc did case studies, I just wore a different shirt for each one of my case studies because that was just kind of my shtick, kind of my thing, kind of the Biz Doc brand. But thank you for asking. We got one more thing we're going to go to today. Very interesting. And we may have one more question. If we have time at the end, we'll do one more question. So if you have any other questions, send them up here. And I'd love business application questions. Maybe you're a small businessman, entrepreneur, thinking perhaps about coming to the Vault or the Sales Leadership Summit, which are incredible programs that are put together by Valuetainment. And Sales Leadership Summit is coming up in a little bit. And if you and your sales leader are looking to up your game, you may want to come check that out. And so go check valuetainment.com website and see that, because it gives you a lot of stuff focused on sales, similar to what I'm talking about, focused on applications.